Joel Williams, JoelWilliams. I was recently working a campaign up in New Hampshire. I had got a job opportunity in DC, which I passed on to go down to Florida. I have a son down in Florida, so in between campaigns, I usually try to go spend time with him. And I just didn't have the best success down in Florida. It's not a lot of opportunities there. My mother's here in Little Rock. She used to be a resident here at our house. So she told me about our house, the type of program it was, and I came on over here. When I first moved up here, I was going to give myself X amount of time to get things working here, and if it didn't work out, it was back on the bus to New York. It was always in the back of my head is where am I going to go next? Being at our house has given me the opportunity to really sit and evaluate my life, figure out where I'm going to go with it. That's a great thing for me, just being able to be in an environment that's conducive to success. They want you to work on yourself, build yourself up, and find out where you're going to go from here to make sure you don't come back here. I spoke with Justin, and I told him that I was interested in getting my son for the summer. Once I left Florida, one of the first conversations I had with his mother was, how can we work out getting him up to Little Rock with me? So it's always been the plan or goal just to make sure that he was able to spend, time between the two of us. So when the time came, when he finally did get out of school, they found an available room for me in the family house. They gave me a few days off to go get him. I flew down last week and picked him up. He flew on the airplane for it. It wasn't his first time, but I think it was probably the first time that he actually knew what he was doing, so he was pretty excited about that. I spent the night down there, just to make sure that he had all the necessities, everything he needed to actually come up here with me. We talked about the school he was going to be going to. I let her know it was a really good program. And, we just did our best to make sure that we were on the same page just as far as the continuity of his education, because that's a pretty big thing on both our parts. Everything's been going pretty smooth. He's down to Little Learners. He's got a great class, great teachers. He'll wake me up in the mornings to get him dressed for school. So it seems like he really likes it down there. My son, Nikolai, he is a big ball of energy. If I was to describe him, he's a good kid. I think, people tend to love him. He's a very sociable, personable kid. I'm really proud to have, such a good kid. I've been going to a lot of the parenting classes. It's just a group of parents talking about, issues that they're having with parenting. I'm the only guy, in one of the parenting classes, so it's good to get a lot of the mother's perspectives on things. Well, when I first got here, I applied for the job training position. I do the groundskeeping, which is pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. I cut a lot of grass, do a lot of maintenance around the facility. And as I was telling them, it's a good opportunity for me to learn a lot of skills that I probably have to teach my son one day. Having him see me cut grass, and he came out and watched me cut grass the other day. So, that was pretty cool, because one day, like I say, one day he's going to have to cut grass. And if he sees me doing it, I'm pretty sure he'll know that that's something that he can do. He definitely motivates me to try to be the best person I can be, just so I can make sure that he's able to be the best person he can be.